One of my favorite things about the autumn or the fall is the colorful leaves. And these whimsical landscapes of trees and rivers and paths, these were all done by Richard Hoedl, who was a Canadian painter who did a lot of bright and colorful whimsical landscapes. We're going to use Richard Hoedl as an inspiration to create our own landscapes using colors that are either the 3 primary colors or the secondary colors. Last year we learned that there were 3 primary colors: red, blue, and yellow. And all other colors come from these 3 colors. Let's see what happens when we mix them. And although this is best done with paint, we're going to do it with crayons today. So if you would, take one of those 3 colors, let's start with red, on a scrap piece of paper and draw a circle and color it in. And we're going to take the blue color and almost like a straight line, far away in another circle, fill it in with blue. And just like we were making a triangle, I'm going to put my yellow circle right there, coloring it in kind of nice. Now if I combine yellow and red, I'm going to start just by adding a circle here of just yellow, color it in nice and dark. Then I'm going to take the red and I'm going to color it in right there, color over it, and you will see a different shade. And if I think it's too dark, I might go back and put a little more yellow on top. So yellow and red have made sort of an orange. Since I've got the yellow, I'm going to go over, make another yellow circle here in the middle. Go over to my blue and color in on top of it. And I should have kind of a greenish color right there. I've still got my blue, so I'm going to draw a circle. And the color I want to mix with it is red. And this should give me a purple. And there we go. From our primary colors, we now have secondary colors: orange, green, and purple. And now, my young artists, let's create a whimsical landscape. All right, now we're going to go using either a black marker, a Sharpie, or a black crayon. We're going to draw the basic shapes of our landscape. Just like Richard Hoedl's ideas of whimsical, we're going to make 3 trees, and each tree is going to have a tier. Almost a triangle kind of shape. Then I'll put about 2 fingers space, and then I'll draw more of an oval shape. And the more interesting these shapes are, we don't want them to look perfect. And another one at the bottom. Notice how they get bigger each layer. A top one again with more of a triangle shape, trying to stay away from pointy. We don't want a pointy triangle. And an oval shape and a large oval at the bottom. One more triangular tip, middle size, and a large size. The next thing I want to do is add some trunk in between each section of these trees. Now the trunk is going to get wider and bigger as it gets to the bottom. So the lines will be closer together, a little further apart, maybe even at an angle, and to the last tree as well. The next thing we want to do is create the landscape line that separates the grass from the sky. So I'm going to draw a line that pretends to go behind my trees. Not a straight line, just kind of a curved line. The last thing I want to do with my black is draw a couple clouds. Those are going to be kind of whimsical, almost bumpy lines. Maybe they're close together. Maybe one is going off the page. All right, that's all we got there. To make our tree's primary color, I want to start with red. I've got red over here. The easiest way to color in is to trace the outline and then color it in. Use your best artist techniques. Color in every section. If I just do this, that's not much of an artistic moment. But if I color it all in and spend some time to do a good job, it will look even better. I'm going to quick skip to the middle tree. I'm going to color this one yellow. And then each section will be done yellow. The third section, I'm taking my blue, that's the last primary color. I'm going to color that in, doing as good a job as I can, being my best artist. And then these sections will be blue also. Now the tree sections we colored in really nice and dark. The tree trunk I want to do the same with a brown crayon. Now the grass in the background, if you have a green crayon, go ahead and color dark and light, kind of a mix of textures, but spend some time making it nice and filled in. Everything from this line down is your grass. One of the ways you can get a grass-like texture, make sure you have something underneath your paper and just take your crayon right off the edge of the paper. Now for the sky, remember that we've created some clouds that we're going to try and keep white. If you have a different shade of blue, use a different blue. If you have to use the same blue here, then just go very lightly in the background so that it's a little bit different. And remember, it's easiest if you kind of work around the edges. That will help keep you in the lines. You might notice that I've kept all of my crayon strokes going side to side. If I change right now and go up and down, you're going to see that difference in the texture that I'm creating with the color. So try to keep your crayon moving in the same direction. I know my hand is happiest going back and forth this way, so I'm just going to turn my paper so that I can keep the crayon moving in the same direction. We have our primary color, Richard Hoedl inspired whimsical fall trees. We have the primary colors red, yellow, and blue. If you're shooting for secondary colors, then we need to pull out our crayons one more time and do some mixing. So if you're supposed to do secondary colors for your trees, stick around. All right, if I have red and I want this to be an orange tree, what color do I add to it? That's right, we're going to add yellow. And I'm just going to color really dark. And by mixing my yellow and my red crayon, I get a shade of orange. I want this one to be green. What color do I add? That's right, we add blue. All right, and finally, blue and red make purple. Last thing we do is sign it. I hope you had fun today. I hope you did your very best artwork, and I can't wait to see what you've done.